It is only when you visit a country more than once for a substantial number of days, like I have, you start to realize things about the country beyond the beauty that you end up seeing when you visited only once. That is what happened with me when I visited Serbia for the second time solo again. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Just Go with Amreen. In this video, you will be seeing all the things that I went through during my stay in Serbia. This is my last day in Serbia, but I decided to release this video first. There have been major developments in Serbia in the past 1 year. Some of the things that I had to go through during my stay. Some of them shocked me, shook me, traumatized me. All that kind of stuff happened during my stay. So if you want to learn all about it, then stick around to the end of this video. So, point number one. Dark chocolate? That's not point number one, but okay. Okay, point number one. As you arrive in Belgrade, if your first very experience in Serbia is going to be the one where you're cheated, I don't think that you have started your holiday on a good note.
Oh, hell no!
This happened to my friend, and I have been warned of this by a lot of people during my entire stay about fake taxi drivers outside of the airport, Belgrade airport, that are willing to take you to the city center for 70 euros, 100 euros, and probably even more. This is not what it's supposed to cost. It is not supposed to cost more than 30 euros max. The fixed cost is 25 euros. Sometimes it could be a euro less, or it could be 5 euros more, but it cannot be 70 euros or 100 euros. My tip for you is to please book your airport transfers prior to your arrival at the Belgrade airport, or else you could fall into such traps. And ideally, you want to book your airport transfers from the accommodation itself that you're staying at that night. Another thing that I will have to tell you is ideally on the first day when you arrive in Belgrade, stay at a place which has a proper reception. It could be a hostel, it could be a guest house, it could be a hotel, but avoid an Airbnb on your first day in a new country.
No one will dare scam you or stand you up for your accommodations if you are accompanied by me and a private tour guide. I'm practically half Serbian now. I should just learn the language as well. Anyway, so if you are interested in joining our next upcoming group trip, whether it is to Serbia or any other Balkan nation or Georgia, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Romania, then please hit the link in the description box below and express your interest. We're doing a group trip specifically catering to Western Serbia in the second week of November, and there are many more coming in 2023 as well.
So the reason why I mentioned earlier that you must come to Belgrade on your first night and get a place which has a proper reception, I'll tell you why.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
On my last day when I arrived in Belgrade, I had decided to take an Airbnb. I had left a message to the host before arriving that so and so time, this is the range of the time when I will be arrived. So I got to the place and I started calling the host. I first of all did not have a SIM card or anything. I didn't buy this time because it just worked out that everybody was calling me on WhatsApp until the time I got to the Airbnb and the host ghosted me.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Yes, he ghosted me. He totally just... he didn't exist. Meanwhile, another guy shows up who had just landed, new, in Serbia for the very first time in Belgrade, and this was his first experience. So, A, you probably scammed at the airport. If you're not scammed there, you're probably scammed at your Airbnb or your accommodation. Alright? And don't forget that these things are paid in advance for, or at least you've left your credit card details there. They're non-refundable. They can take your money and not give you a place to stay for the night. It's a very inconvenient, uncomfortable experience to have as soon as you've landed in Serbia. I have mentioned this explicitly a lot of times in all my vlogs about Serbia. Serbia is expensive and it is not budget friendly backpacker's dream. It's not Georgia, Azerbaijan, Indonesia. It's not.
Are you stupid or something?
Yes, sure, it's not as expensive as Western Europe if you're a solo traveler and you come in the summer months. You will probably still end up spending a little reasonably as opposed to if you came in shoulder months. If you want to be a part of the tours in the summer months, you will easily find tours that you can be a part of when they are group tours, they are shared, they are not private. So you end up paying like on an average $90 per day for these tours. Whereas if you come in shoulder months like I do, like September, October, November, you're completely alone in all the tourist attractions that you visit, but you might end up paying 150 to 200 euros for yourself. Fuel prices are through the roof even if you rent a car, which is extremely cheap by the way here. The fuel will kill you. Just keep that in mind. Serbia is not cheap. So talking about tours, this is a great place to book it from. It's called Viator.com. I used to book all my tours from this place long before, like maybe a year or two before. I used to book all my tours from this place. It is great. Alright, I will leave the link to it down below. Especially if you come here in the summer and you're solo and you want to be a part of some trips where you get to meet other people. Great resource. So it's very cost effective as well. Now you will see the similar tours by different vendors. Don't choose the cheapest one. You will generally come across something which is 90-95 euros. But there is also a vendor that sells the same stuff for 70 euros and you go like, wow, that's 20 euros less. Why should I pay 90 euros?
I don't know.
Well, when you get onto the tour and you go through the entire day, you start to realize, you know what that is? Well, you end up paying entrance fee to each place you visit and you end up paying for your lunch and probably your drink as well. When you total this up, it becomes 20 euros, my friend. So what did the total come to now? 90 euros. Plus, you literally get what you pay for is true. So please don't go for the cheapest vendor. Do not come to Serbia with the intention of finding a girl to get married, paying thousands of euros to a taxi driver to smuggle yourself to another neighboring European country without visa, and do not think about renting a car and running off to another country, crossing border illegally.
कौन है ये लोग? कहां से आते हैं?
It is happening and unfortunately the rule might actually change. Right now, we Indians do not require visa at all to visit Serbia. But this might change in the coming year. Unfortunately, because of these incidents, which are in thousands, this might change. We Indians might end up requiring visas to enter Serbia. Do not visit Montenegro from Serbia because you cannot.
You serious?
Okay, so here's the deal. We UAE residents get visa on arrival in Montenegro, but there is a condition to that. You need to fly directly from Dubai or Abu Dhabi via Fly Dubai or Emirates Airlines. I'm making this such a big deal and a point to be made because I know a lot of people are going to do what I did. The tickets from Abu Dhabi to Serbia are dirt cheap, like $150, $200 return. And the return flight from Serbia to Montenegro is another $120, $150. So basically, you end up seeing two countries at the price of like $450 for flights. That's dirt cheap, right? Anybody's gonna wanna do that. I was returned from the check-in counter because I didn't have a US visa, I didn't have a multiple entry Schengen visa, I didn't have a UK visa, and I'm not sure if the golden visa of UAE matters, but I didn't have that either. So I didn't have any of these visas and I wanted to go to Montenegro because I was a UAE resident and I believed that I could get entry. But I didn't know about this condition. My dreams and desires were shattered. Belgrade is not Serbia. I have a whole vlog coming up on this, you know that? So I'm not going to get into this too much, but please get out. Please get out of Belgrade and explore other parts of Serbia. I have met countless people. They just come and you, by the way, you guys have a lot of days, huh? It's not like you're coming for 3 days. I understand if you came for 3 days, I would tell you to stay in Belgrade only. You have a week. You choose to stay in Belgrade. You choose to take day trips from Belgrade, which is insanely inconvenient. You're spending 6 hours sitting in a bus. Why would you do this to yourself? You're on a vacation or what?
Stop it. Get some help.
Belgrade is not Serbia. Get out. Just enjoy the nature. Serbia is all about hiking, mountains, nature. Live it. Be it. Feel it.
If you're planning to take bus transportation in Serbia, please print out the tickets if you book them online. How to book them online, I will leave a link to that in the description box below. But I faced a very bad experience when I booked the ticket online and couldn't print it because it was a very last minute thing. I couldn't print it, and when I got to the bus station, the driver was extremely rude and was aware that if he insisted on me printing the ticket, I would very well waste my money and miss my bus, which I did. And then I had to purchase a brand new ticket for the same route all over again. So please either book them directly from the bus station where obviously they print it and give it to you, or else if you book them online, please print it out. This is a never-ending video, I think. So I had learned all those lessons during my stay up until yesterday, and that's when I made that video. So there is some crazy amount of construction going on at the airport. When you land, you will have a very long queue at passport control, not knowing why the hell is that happening. When you get out, you realize that the exit is all messed up and anybody who's come to pick you up is also standing at quite a distance, and the place where I actually purchased my SIM card last year doesn't even exist anymore. So the whole look was completely different. Now when I came to the departures, that area is just as messed up, and the cab driver drops you really far if you have very heavy bags. So I had to drag my bags again for the 100th time for about 10 minutes to walk to the gate airport departures entrance. So yeah, I had to walk quite a bit to get there. And then make sure you get here 3 hours prior, because it takes 1 whole hour for you to get everything done, all the way from checking in your bags, going through passport control, and those security checks, all of that. It took me almost an hour, like maybe 50-55 minutes. So yeah, this is my final lesson from Serbia on my second trip solo here again. So that's it. That was a lot of information. That is a lot I experienced actually in a span of 5 days. But I think I lived it all through this entire trip. The second time in Serbia really took the layers off and showed me true Serbia, which is, by the way, still extremely beautiful, and I encourage you 100% to come to Serbia purely with the intention of touring this place. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and yeah, give me a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. A series of Serbian videos is coming your way. Stay tuned for all of that. I will see you guys next week. Until then, take care. Cheers guys. Bye. Arrive at Prague. That's next, I guess. So if you want to experience such different places, at the airport, I'm leaving for Dubai right now, and yeah.